Good morning, captains. Yes, it's me, TONIK TZW, and it is another Kraken. I know we're out of sequence in the Kraken videos, but I figured you'd had enough daring games for now. So I obviously dropped the Flander Kraken last week, and you can have the daring Kraken this week. So you've had 153. This is number 152. So there is the team sheet. We're on Crash Zone. It is domination. There is a little bit of a division on each side. A couple of ships to be wary of, namely the Schlieffen, the Minotaur, and the two Wall of Skill Shimikazes. We're across here on AirCap, and obviously, as the rule goes, always try to play the cap that you spawn on. Now the Z44 that's on red team, I'm not too concerned about him. I know I can outgun him. Most Z44s are running a full torpedo reload build, so you've got to be wary of the number of torpedoes that are coming out. But we're just going to prospectively put a rack of torpedoes through there, and then we are going to push into the cap. But we're not going straight in from the south, because I know that battleships and cruisers all like to come down and park on the bottom end of this island where I am now, and then nobody's really in any position to give you any support and fire. I can see that there's one battleship abandoning B cap, and the Shimikaze that's across there appears not to be playing the game. At least for now. The fact that B cap is turning red tells me that obviously red team have already got a destroyer in there, so it would be really useful if our destroyer was to push in and at least contest it, or spot for the guys that are there so that they can shoot it. So we on A, we are turning the cap. I can see that we've got a cruiser position down on the around the 5 o'clock position of the capture point, and there is the Z44. Really, we got him picked up at 6.1 kilometers, and he is going to run straight into the island because he's not paying attention. Obviously, running into the capture point, I am going to be running my sonar, so he misses his first salvo torpedoes. I'm wary that he has two, so I think there might be another one coming my way, but there he is. He's up on radar, and my aim is going to absolutely desert me for a little while here as this guy tries to run away from us, and I'm very wary that I've got two battleships on my left side, but I'm hoping that the guys behind me will be able to take care of him. There's a fire. He's pumping and dumping his smoke screen, but I don't think that is going to save him as we get spotted. There's another fire, and that should be him gone. So there's the Heisen, there's two turrets. That was nasty, and this is where I'm going to become the focus of attention, and I'm going to be very grateful for somebody having their guns dialed in on that Heisen. But we are going to drop detection. There is the Shimikaze. Our other Shimikaze has come to life now, and to be honest, everybody should be shooting at that guy now he's spotted. I've still got just over a minute on my sonar, so I'm feeling confident that I may be able to avoid a Shimikaze Wall of Skill. 4 seconds to take this cap, and then I'm going to get onto this Heisen. And I really think something might be wrong with my torpedo indicator here, because we do a single line spread thinking he's going to be coming straight in towards us, but then we also put out a secondary widespread, but we reverse out of our own smoke screen, and we are immediately going to start getting clattered. We're going to have secondaries from the Schlieffen. We've got these two battleships, and look at that. We practically leave a gap wide enough for him to sail through. We get one hit, we get a flood that is ticking, but I'm thinking he is just going to run me down and absolutely delete me because I became an island boy and sailed into the beach. But he is still ticking. There's a radar up. I just need to turn around and get the heck out of dodge. We're going to pop that second heal just to give us enough hit points. But there we go. I don't know which ship it was behind me, but somebody put a full send on him, even though he was going to die anyway to his floods and fires. But yeah, somebody else takes the kill. But I'm glad of my saviour in this one. So looking out there, we've got a Yamato that's reversing back over the map. He's just bow tanking, and red team have the advantage on capture points. So the next thing we're going to do is, oh look, well, if he's going to be reversing out at a very steady speed backwards across the map, then it's unlikely he's going to change speed or direction. And that can only mean one thing. We've got about 20 seconds before our torpedoes come up. We know there's a Shimikaze out here. If we get spotted, we'll switch our attention to him. Our other Shimikaze has started coming in this direction, and I don't know why. People are pinging the map. We've got one ship across there on Charlie, completely on his own. There's the Conqueror. That's not good. Big HE spam there, but let's see what we can do about this Yamato. 9Ks there on the torpedoes. We'll just plop them out there just in case he decides to go forward when he spots them. We'll put another set just in front of those, and then we are going to push into this capture point. And I'm hoping that our little Shimikaze will come and help, but oh dear, there is a Minotaur. Now, my immediate worry here is, has this guy got radar? Because if he has and he lights it up and we're on this capture point, then we are absolutely shafted. So I'm not going to touch the cap just yet. I want to be looking at a way to get away from here in case he does have radar. But he is going to fix my problem for me. Shimikaze has spat a wall of skill across there, and this guy must have some kind of magic armor because he completely avoids the wall of skill from the Shimikaze, but our torpedoes hit home on the Yamato and take him out of the game, which frees up those ships on Alpha Cap to start putting some fire onto this Minotaur. And as I said, he's obviously not a radar Minotaur because there's his smoke screen, but the Conqueror is also pushing in. I'm looking in to see if anybody's got line of sight on this Conqueror so that I can pop a smoke and start throwing some HE that guy's way, but he is burning and ticking and heading away from us. Still 2 destroyers out here, obviously, and we are definitely down now, having lost our Duncan out of there to a Shimikaze, so that tells me that one ship is all the way out there. There is still another Shima. The Minotaur is obviously sat in a smoke screen, and he's going to get lucky from me too, because it's hard to see obviously what angle he's at. I could go in with sonar and get him detected. That could work, but I would be putting myself at risk of getting absolutely hammered. There are the Minotaur's torpedoes. He's obviously popping through the cap because he knows he's contested, and our Shimikaze is in a smoke screen, which is where those torpedoes were heading, I think. So kind of glad that I didn't pop my smoke and become the target then. But there's an entire wall of skill, and there's my wall of skill heading for that smoke screen, and I'm thinking there's no way in hell that this guy is going to survive that many torpedoes. And literally, we aren't going to connect. I don't think anybody hit a torpedo there, and I was like, how the hell has he managed to avoid that? My twist and track indicator or perceptive indicator, and that's why, because he was bowing to the lot of them. My indicator is pointing off to the right, which tells me there's a destroyer there, and our Shimikaze, who sat in his smoke screen, got killed, but he also took care of one of red team's Shimikazes. So 1-for-1 trade there. We are even on ships, but we are down on points because of red team holding these 2 capture points. There are, 150 points in it. So I'm just going AP. onto the side of this Minotaur as quickly as I can, because he's got a good reload and so have I. An AP against the side of him, yep, that worked quite nicely. That is kill number 3. We're going to switch back to high explosive. There's some torpedoes flying across the map from the Shimikaze. Lucky we were running our sonar, because he's obviously torpedoed our smoke screen, but we were getting out of there. He's got himself spotted. I could see we were still contested. He has become an island boy himself. I'm wary of the Conqueror behind me, but as soon as he pops his smoke screen, I'm going to drop detection, because that Conqueror is too far away. And with 2 minutes left on the sonar, we think, are we going to get kill number 4 here on this guy? Is he stuck against that island? Can we run him down? We are still contested. I asked the guys to take the battleship out, because he is the biggest risk to us at the moment. But this Shimikaze has gone off the cap. Conqueror is burning again. He is bow tanking. We are going to flip some more torpedoes across in his general direction, and then we are going to try and take this capture point. Stay safe behind this island. Oh look, there's the Shimikaze. That is as sweet as a nut. I want to take him down, but I want the cap just in case we lose any more ships. We know he's fired all his torpedoes, but he's going to be lining up for another set. But he's got guns, probably the worst thing he could do, because that just means that he's going to be spotted by everybody. We lose our Worcester to the Conqueror, so we're still down. We're now, what, 150, pushing 200 points down, but we've got to try and bring that back a little bit with this Shimikaze. You can zig, you can zag, but eventually I will land shots on you. So my next target, I'm on 4 kills, is this Conqueror. I don't have torpedoes. I'm thinking, can I squeeze through? Yes, I'm far enough away. Can we get some fires on this guy? Can we stay alive long enough? But somebody does me a huge favour there and takes a chunk off him. This is cheap and cheerful. His turrets aren't looking in my direction, but we are just going to go shooty, 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 shooty on this guy, and this is going to be the Kraken. So that last kill was a bit cheap and cheerful, and I decide that we have got the points lead now, but looking around us, I don't know how many hit points these guys have got left. It's 3 plays 1, so just in case that last ship gets lucky and kills both of blue team's battleships, I decide I'm going to head for the cap. It's a Heisen. That guy was half health, so potentially we could lose the lead again. 3 minutes to play on the clock, but we aren't going to give red team the chance to pull this one back. I sail onto the cap just as they kill the Heisen, and that ends the game there with 121,000, nearly 122. Kraken unleashed, no other medals, so a bit cheap and cheerful, a little bit fraught at times, having to duck and dive and weave and bob to try and avoid as much incoming fire as possible. But there we go, it was spot on. A big round 3500 base XP, which is exactly the amount you need for your heroic effort missions each week. So I was very pleased to land on that number. We did just enough. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Don't forget to smash that like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought of it, and if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel, and if you really like the video and you're feeling generous, you can super tip through the icon at the bottom of the video. As always, until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.